Okay, so just wanted to put a few thoughts into video form. Kind of a diary entry, but not really, because I want to post this one and it's kind of an update. Well, it is. It's an update on just where I am mentally here in September 2024 as I'm in the ongoing process of trying to find a book agent for my books, my science fiction books. I was just doing some editing on book 2, I don't know, 9th or 10th edit. Either way, it's going quite well. I remember recently, it's been a couple months since it happened, I think. I was talking with another friend about this process, and when I made a comment that I've done, like a full 8 or 9 full read-throughs and edits of my books, he kind of mocked and said, "Oh, you gotta do much more than that." And I was so annoyed because he was speaking out of context, and he's not a writer that I know of. I don't know if he's writing anything secretly, but from what I understand, okay, the professionals, when you're like reading stuff online, they tell you, like, this is what you need to do. The experts, literary people, that's another thing. They tell you that you definitely need to do 2, if not 3 or 4 revisions of your book. If you can do 5 or 6, that's amazing. But you don't have to like kill yourself over it. Of course, everybody's at a different pace, and people have different skills, and some it's hard enough to get 2 read-throughs, editing and polishing done, and then for others, they can knock out 10 no problem, fairly easily. I feel like it's been fairly easy for me. I could have done a whole lot more in this last year if I didn't have to work a normal job, which I'm doing now. But that's absolutely fine, because I've already got 3 books written, and they're in good shape, very good shape. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being your first draft, 10 being that final polished product that's been editorialized and everything. I think my books are definitely at a 5, if not a 6. So in a really good place. And I might be being more too critical. They might be a 7 or an 8. I don't know. But I still have a lot of work I want to do on them. As I read through them, there's definitely a section where I'm like, I got to come back there. That paragraph or that part of the story needs to be tightened up. And then, of course, everything else, I am tightening up, polishing up, either adding certain details or taking things or realizing, what that character said there was inconsistent. I need to change, make sure he stays in line in character. And sometimes just finding useless sentences that I can remove or that I can summarize with a couple words. That's always fun because I feel like I'm really tightening up the story that way. But yeah, it really bothered me when this person made the flippant comment that, in his opinion, you can do much more than 9 or 8 or whatever I said. It was 8 or 9. It was one of those 2 numbers. There's a guy, is a YouTuber. He's technically a booktuber because that's his big thing. Very prolific reader and a writer, and he's published his own books. I can't remember if he did it through a publishing company or self-published. I think it was self-published because of his YouTube channel. He's got a platform to advertise from, so that has worked for him because I think he's already sold several hundred, if not several thousand copies, which is out of the above average for self-publishing. I've read recently in one of the writer's helps that I get that the average self-publishing book will sell less than 10 copies. Ain't that the truth? I've already seen that with 2 books that I've published myself. And I think I've sold I've sold 1 according to the Amazon royalties thing. And then the other, I've seen evidence that I've sold at least 1. I've probably sold 3 or 4 of those, but for some reason Amazon royalties haven't showed up at all. I don't know, what does that take forever? What's the deal there? Anyways, Yeah. Oh, I got distracted. I was going to say, that guy who's published his book, self-published, the booktuber, he did 5 revisions, 5 full edits of his books. Just 5. And he thought that was good enough. And again, according to the expert, and if you've at least done 4, you're doing good. So 5 or 6 is very good. So 9, 8 or 9 is more than very good. It's really frustrating how my mind works. I hate that certain things really bother me, but that really bothered me. But I ought to be more logical and be like, he's not a writer in any sense of the word. He's not a literary expert in any sense of the word. It should not matter. His opinion shouldn't matter. But I guess it's just part of my inner clock, because my brain automatically jumps to, well, he shouldn't have said that. He should know better. Because he is. I would generally consider him a smart person. Generally. Anyways, doesn't matter. Wasting too much time on that, aren't I? Too much mental energy is being put into that situation. So, yes, I am currently doing, it's either a 9th or a 10th edit of book number 2. I'm on page 255. Book 2 is a nice large novel at 487 pages. This is a Word document, by the way, Microsoft Word, 10-point font for context. 378,000 words. It's a nice big book. But yeah, I'm going through book agents, and I need to do some more here soon. Let's see, probably the beginning of October. I should try to do some then. That would be a good time, I think. Because I want to say the last time I did it was early August or end of July or whatever. So yeah, I should probably do some again. And I just remembered I need to put a note here. 23. Okay. Very good. Let's see, where is it? I wanted to, there it is. Yes, this is the one. This is the one. Pulling up one of my charts that has all my data, and that is not the page. Ugh. I mean, that is certainly an excellent page to look at. Nice pictures there, but that is not the page I need. Nope. What am I looking for? Not these guys. Go away. That is the other. Yeah, that's other characters page. I don't want that. I want writer's notes. Where's my writer's notes? I use an Excel file spreadsheet for organizing all my writing stuff. Okay, so yes, as of my documentation, I did check this morning, so yeah, I don't have any new ones unless they showed up in the last half hour. 134 rejections. So that's a certain kind of progress. 134 rejections by book agents. And of course, these are all specifically the science fiction genre book agents. Because it's an absolute waste of time to query any others, of course. Of course, this particular webpage I'm focusing on, Query Manager, I think it's called. That's how it's designed. They show you can, it's a drop-down list of the kind of genres of books that they're interested in. So any of the genres that are close to my books, which would be science fiction, young adult fiction, I don't know if they ever have it labeled high school. What do they have? I think middle grade science fiction or science fiction fantasy, like anything in those genres. I will query them to find out, because obviously somebody out there is my perfect book agent. They will love my books and they will be excited to help me get a publishing company, which will of course get me an editor. So that's another thing non-writers forget. So when you, or just, they're ignorant of, when you find a publishing company, because that could happen too. I've also sent out queries to publishing companies. I still have like 12 that haven't responded. Let's see, this list is over here. Yeah, 1, 2. Oh wait. No, it's 5, 6. It's 21. Oh wow. So I have 21 publishing companies that I have sent queries to, and they have not replied yet. And I have the one, Golden Storyline Books, that did respond, but haven't contacted me yet. And it's going on a year now, so they're probably not interested anymore, or something happened. I just don't know. I mean, there's always going to be in the back of my mind delivering hope that they love it and they're having a ball going through my book, whatever. They have a full copy manuscript of book 1, and they're going to contact me eventually. Said, Jonathan, we have a book ready for you. Let's talk. Let's get this thing published. But barring that, I'm not at all trusting or assuming or hoping that's going to happen. Like I said, that's back in my mind. Probably not going to happen. If it does, wonderful, but I'm not going to expect it. I'm looking for either a book agent to contact me or one of these 21 publishing companies to get hold of me and say, hey, we received your sample, we really like it, whatever. But yeah, I have, as I've said before, many hundreds of book agents that I could contact still yet with a query manager, and there's at least 2 other pages that I'm aware of online where I could find book agents or publishers. And if I have a little list over here that I haven't used because I'm busy using the one, it looks like there's 3 more possible website or forums where I could go and find a book agent and or book publisher. So I've got options. Just need to keep at it. I have a little reminder here. Increase rejection rate. Which is why I want to do some more at the beginning of October. Because it's high time. Just keep it going. Get them out there. Get the queries out there. So that the book Daniel Escapes can finally get published, get out to the world, get all the nerds excited, and hopefully generate the income to live off of, as well as just the excitement in the literary world for something hopefully that is new and fresh and vibrant with just brilliant characters that they love. That's definitely what I'm trying to design. Really awesome characters. I hope they're the best. I certainly want them to be the best. One of the other things I keep not doing, I'm not sure if I'm putting off, I just can't get around to it because it's not high on my priorities, but I do want to do drawings of my characters. I can do it. I can draw a little bit. I've got a couple of scribbles in here and trying to practice. Of course, most of this has been, there's some notes right there. Have to do with my books, some more character sketches. But yeah, most of these notes have to do with the business I'd like to start, because that's another big drive, is I want to found a recreation business. Goodness gracious, do I even have any other drawings? One more. So I like to do some of my own drawings of characters. I just need to sit down and do it, so that when I do have a book publishing company, I can hand them my drawings and have them inserted in certain places of the book. Of course, I already have like half of the drawings are ready because they're like maps and charts and stuff, which I've created on Paint, so those are already good to go. But it's like character drawings. I only have a couple done. I want to do more. I've already got like all of the faces chosen out for the main characters, so I know exactly what they look like. I have photos of the either people I know or actors that I want to model my characters after, so I just gotta get that done at some point. Anyways, this has been the book update for September of 2024. Author's writing update, I suppose. Just plugging away, trying not to get too discouraged by not having found a book agent or a publishing company yet, because these things can take time. One lady, it took her like 11 It took her more than a decade to find a book agent. And that was a continuous process of her doing queries. And there's probably others out there that have gone longer. I mean, certainly there's others that have been less. You know, the one YouTuber I was talking about, it only took him 5 months to find a book agent. That's right, he did use because he found a book agent. So yeah, he did use a publishing company. That's right. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. Anyways, I remember him saying 5 months, and I remember just like, oh man, so lucky. Though he probably did have a huge, again, his YouTube channel, his social media presence. There's probably book agents who were keeping an eye on him, and or because of what he does, they can get a really good feel for him. You know, for me, book agents only have the query form, unless they look anything up. Because sometimes they ask for Twitter or Facebook posts, which is one of the reasons I make these videos right here, because I need this stuff out there for book agents to look at if they do look at my Facebook page for my books or the Twitter page. So there is that. But yeah, just gotta keep plugging along. All those who succeed don't quit. Keep going. And I'm too excited about it anyways. I love this. I enjoy these characters being in this separate universe whenever I can. It's very enjoyable, so just gonna keep going until I get there, because one day I will succeed. I will. That's a fact. Bye-bye. Past and future peoples. No, you're all going to be future people, because you're watching this here in the future. So yeah. Later, future people.